So here's a YouTube rewind we do every year, but it's just us, and we kind of just review the channel, things we tried to do, and we kind of go from there. So we're gonna try and make this one actually shorter, like actually shorter for once, and just kind of go over the videos themselves, right? So we started the year off by doing 100 videos for the first 100 days of the year. So that includes, New Year's last year, which is funny because by the time you see this video, it'll be New Year's, going into 2026. So we got a couple things going up. There'll be a New Year's video for sure, because we got, mechanics is going to be starting up. Seekers will definitely be doing a thing. If nothing else, it's a Rise birthday, so you got some stuff there going on. And then Etsuko's got their gathering that they're doing and that they host, and maybe this time we will run into them on purpose instead of by accident like last year. But yeah, we kind of just started the year doing all kinds of gaming videos, but all videos like that. So VR chat, some Sonic 3 stuff, Awaria, the new Van Ripper game that came out, the same dude that made Helltaker and stuff. Poppy's Playtime Chapter 4, the whole thing in one go. That was fun to edit a full 3.5 hour video. Some things like Helldivers for the first time, which almost did 800. The Wario video is doing like 900 and stuff like that, which is important. We'll talk about that later. Even this, it was a VR chat video where it was Battle's birthday, and the whole title was just Battle's birthday in all caps over and over. Almost did 350. It's interesting. And then I tried to do like a Mr. Beast video, because they always tell you, oh, just try and do it, see what happens. We tried it. It didn't do very well performance wise, but we can now say we tried. But that is something I want to talk into going into later on in the year, because as we do the first 100 videos, and we do things like Baldur's Gate. The first Baldur's Gate video was around here, yeah, 507. That's pretty cool. There's a theme that hits about later on in the year after we do the first 100, and then like we don't take our foot off the gas necessarily for April and May. I just want to put a little bit more work into specific videos, like building the Space Colony Ark in Minecraft. It takes time, so I couldn't do that on like a daily situation. But once we hit summer, I did two things. One is there's a lot of backlogged VR chat stuff. So I did like about a dozen VR chat videos in a row off the back of this one, which had an art piece in it that I needed to do that involved myself, Pudding, Creature, Bits, Seal, Senko, Juno, Melody, Steam, Kimple, Sarah, and Etsuko. I had to draw all 12 of those to get that going. And then I just, did some testing bed stuff where I just like, okay, what if we just did VR chat stuff, and I experimented with titles, and I experimented with the thumbnails, and I experimented with length of the video and stuff like that. Some of them were just going to be long, like the Double Goose one, and then also the one where we fought Dark and Quaddy in Battle Disc. Those ones were just going to be long. That's just how that is. But otherwise I'm like, oh, let's just see. And that's kind of was the goal. If we do certain things, what happens? If nothing happens, if negative things happen, if positive things happens when we check the analytics, because that's like one of the subgenres of my channel is testing bed stuff. So I can test stuff, see what works, report back to it to like mechanics and other people that are interested themselves in the getting this stuff, and kind of go from there. And it's fun. Because then sometimes we have moments like this where I made this Helldivers video with the Illuminate and all that, and then because Etsuko watched it or listened to the radio broadcast, it inspired people to want to play more Helldivers that night. So that's why we got the part 1 where Battle crashed out, the napalm, Nyanny and her napalm and stuff, and then that same night was the 3-minute stand in Helldivers and stuff like that. But something that YouTube doesn't want to acknowledge that definitely happened, because like everyone that's been doing YouTube for a while notices this, is in the summer there's always a thing called the summer dip. Okay, that happens every single year. People have more time because of like vacations and stuff, whatever that is. And what they do is that actually means that people actually don't necessarily watch creators more often. If anything, they watch them less, and with streams and all kinds of stuff actually, because they have more time on their hands to do stuff. So yeah, they'll still watch, but it's a dip that happens, and it always happens, and it's fine. But this year, around August 13th specifically too, it wasn't just that the views were down, it's that the reach was also down. Meaning what the problem was your videos were also not getting recommended as much as they used to be. And we all pinpointed the why, some policy changes and they keep trying to push a bunch of like AI stuff that just is beefing now with the algorithm itself, which in a way is its own AI, but it's like an AI that's been around for 10 years and it's kind of different. But the point is they've crossed some wires, and then they don't want to acknowledge it. They want to act like nothing's happened, which is a lie. They're liars. Man, that's crazy. But the point is, it for a lot of people, what it meant was all the things you've known how to do correctly for years and years now just don't work. And so you might still get some views, but it's not just the views. Again, it's the reach that was down. So as we went into summer, get into September, October even. October was fun. We did the Pumpkin Hill rap, Inktober was a thing there, the Left 4 Dead stuff even. There's actually where all my Inktober stuff and just all of my art across the year. I'm going to do that yearly as a video from now on at like the end of October. Etsuko 2, so Etsuko and episode put together, which you don't know that unless you know like already about that. So it's like hiding in plain sight. It's actually kind of funny, unless you didn't know until just now, and well, now you know, so now you know. But anyways, yeah, and that kind of rounds out the end of the year. As we caught up with, we just did the part 1 of Are We There Yet yesterday, and part 2 will come out in 2026. And it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, like I mentioned, there'll be a VR chat video at some point about New Year's as well, with the different groups and stuff like that. And it'll be fun to see how 2026 goes, because one thing to note that you can kind of see up here is the watch hours. For the first time ever, my watch hours are dangerously down. So there's another bit of evidence a lot of people had too, was watch hours just tanked because the reach suddenly wasn't there for the summer. So for the first time since getting partnered back in like 2020, I came down almost to going under the 4,000 hours of watch time, which would have got me unpartnered, as a matter of fact. And now I do this for fun, so I'd be doing videos anyways, but it was one of those things where I'm like, well, it's not for lack of trying though. I'm not sitting here not trying to get my stuff back up. And fortunately, the shorts have been doing very well, which is why you've been seeing so many shorts lately, is because those things have been doing work. Because the 4,000 hours is also, in case you're just curious, it's based on the previous 65 days. So it's not like you hit it once in a 65 or 365 day period. You have to maintain that for like ever, basically. So like with Twitch, when you're going for partner, right? You have to hit like 75 concurrent viewers in like a 60-day span, 30 days, and the previous 30 days as well. But then you're good, right? So you can have streams as a partner where suddenly you're streaming to like 50 people. It's fine. With YouTube, no. When you get partnered, you got to maintain the 4,000 hours every single day. So like January 2026 has to be maintained, and then February has to be maintained versus the previous February, and so on and so forth. So when you just bleed hours because they ruin some stuff under the hood, it gets a little dicey. But shorts are kind of saving the day right now, so we're still good. But like I said, I'll still do videos anyways. But if you suddenly see no ads on the channel, most likely we fell under and got unpartnered. And then the way the repartnering process goes is it's not even first come first serve, it's priority. So if you hit the 4,000 hours, but like 5 other people behind you hit it and they're all exploding way faster, they all get prio over you in the review process to get partnered or repartnered. So yeah, being honest, I want to try and see if I can maintain partner as long as I can, because it's been a fun half decade of it. But we also might expand out a bit. We might do some more streams and such like that too, and put like even half the effort that I've put into this into Twitch, which also has its own problems, sure, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, yada yada situation. That'd be fun. But yeah, I got some fun ideas, some solo ideas, some group ideas, some testing bed ideas, some experimentations that will be fun, and you'll be seeing those in the next year. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully it was a lot shorter of a video as promised, but yeah, take care everybody. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2026, Kakashi was 26 at the beginning of Naruto, so we all get Ninja Mask. That's how that works. We all get Ninja Mask and we all can channel lightning. That's crazy. All right, cool. Because I said so. So now you can do it, because if you could already do it, you can definitely doubly do it. And if you couldn't do it before, I just gave you the ability. That's crazy. So good luck. Have a good one in 2026. Bye-bye.